You really think these white people gonna give you money to help you, and you're really trying to help? That's why the people who really trying to help don't ever get the money. Nobody wants
Damn.
to fix this black community because people make too much money off our pain, our anger, all the shit that we cause. It helps so many other more.
We in the black community have to face the facts. It's a lot of that's going on in our community. And it all starts with the women. I'm going to say this, guys, and this is coming from the bottom of my heart. Until black women start finding lame guys, law-abiding guys, as sexy and desirable, the black community isn't going anywhere. Until they stop desiring Pookie and Ray Ray, the black community isn't going anywhere. He brings up the fact that there are no fathers in the household. We all can agree to that. The Black Manosphere have been talking about this for well over 10 years now. Thomas Sotomayor, O'Shea Duke Jackson, Minister Jap, Angry Man, all those guys been talking about this well over 10 years. Probably guys way before them.
So I want to get right into it. So I usually don't like to make videos focused on race, but this is an important topic with me being black. And I've been thinking about this for a while. So I hope this reaches as many black people as possible. So I came across these two videos, the first from Charleston White, which y'all seen, and then the second is from Alpha Male Strategies. He's a dating coach on YouTube with like 500,000 subscribers. So what they said is something I've been thinking about for the longest, and that's if the black community will ever come from the bottom. Will we ever not be last when it comes to money, last when it comes to family? Like, for the longest, the black community, we in poverty, we the poorest race in America, we the least married race in America. Like I always like to say, people don't like to hear this, but it's the truth with us, with black women leading the STDs, being the least married group, the most evicted group. Now, some people don't believe these stats, but if you actually think about it, it makes sense. Because when it comes to stats, when some stats don't make sense, and then when some stats lines up with what your eyes see all around you. Like some certain stats we don't need for somebody to tell us. Like when they say that Asians have the highest gross income in America, that don't sound too unbelievable. Just like it don't sound too unbelievable when they say that they have the least amount of single mother households. Most Asians are married and have a family. Also, that don't sound too crazy. So when you look at it, when it comes to the stats, when us as black people, when we talk about the hood and you get made fun of if you black and you not from the hood, let's not act like this not something that's fact. So if we already know that, and basically saying that if you're not really black if you're not from the hood, and then when you look at it, what is the hood? The hood is the poorest community. It's where poverty is. It's not where people is wealthy at. So that's basically already putting it on black people that we're broken, we are poor, and we're supposed to be that group. So you can't get mad when the stats also reflect that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't say, oh, the stats of black people being the poorest group in America, that's fake. But then turn around and say, you not black if you're not from the hood. And we know that the hood is where the lowest property value, the worst schools at everything. So it doesn't make sense. So with that being said, I was thinking, would there ever be a time to where the black community is not at the bottom? Can we ever get it right and get it? Because I believe that we want it to be, this is what's crazy. I do believe that we want to be winning. We want to be at the top. We want to be doing like how Asians and white people and everybody else is doing, and even the foreigners is doing. The ones that come over here and get rich and do it the legal way. And it's sad to say, I don't think it will ever happen. I don't think there will ever be a time to where we're not at the bottom. And I'm gonna break down why. 'Cause this video is about to give you solutions, the problem, the answer, and everything. So first, I want to talk about what Charleston White said. So he said the black community doesn't get help because the right people never get the money to help the community, and there's too much money being made from the black people struggling, which is true, which is fact. So breaking it down, so I'm gonna go with people making too much money off of black people suffering, because I wanna go with the liberal viewpoint first to make black people happy. You know, anytime we could talk about and blame the white man or blame other people, I know y'all all ears, but keep on listening. So what he means by that is true, is that so much money is made off the prison system, off the court system that keeps black people in there. Of course, everybody loves the fact that black people keep going, especially black men keep going to jail, keep going to court. That's money, of course. Hiring a lawyer, like I always say, when you hire a lawyer, you're not hiring the hood dude. You're not hiring nobody from the hood. You 9 times out of 10, you're hiring somebody that's not the same race as you. Or if they is the same race as you, they don't have the same ideology as you. Like they probably didn't grow up in the hood, or they don't have that mentality anymore. So that's why but we gonna get to that later. But it's always money. It's money made in y'all and black people crashing out and getting put on probation, which we know costs money. You have to pay money when you're on probation. Especially if you have to drop, or if you got restitution, it's a money system. Then we know who owns the record labels pushing out this negativity. I didn't already made a video about this before. They put these people in front of you to push ignorance and violence. The people in the black community imitate that, find themselves in jail or dead, and then we not talk about all of the money that's made from the funeral homes. And somebody was telling me that we should invest in the funeral home, which was crazy, but it is true. Funerals make a lot of money off of black people. All of these black people getting killed and all of these shootings, and we know certain cities like Chicago, these people is making money off of burying. We know that it costs to bury somebody, even to cremate them. So think about that. So we got the prison system that's making a lot of money off of black people ignorance and suffering. Then we got the funeral homes that's making money off of our pain, and suffering. So yes, like Charleston White said, it's a money business. Then the record labels make money off of pushing it to the individual, which gets into Charleston White's first point, is that the right people never get money. I always say this. In the black community, we make the worst people famous. I'm sorry. I'm going to throw out some names. It is what it is. And I don't have nothing personal against these people, but they the classic representation of why black people is at the bottom. When you look at Sexy Red, Glorilla, NBA Youngboy, even Future to a certain degree, and I'm a huge Future fan. Like, Future is one of my most listened to artists, but I can't look at him and say that he's a perfect example as somebody that somebody should be personally when it comes to having a bunch of kids and a bunch of baby mamas. Everything else now, as far as being successful, talented, all of that, like, y'all can hate on Future you want to. It just, and having a bunch of women, that is what it is. It's just the fact that having kids with as somebody who says that men who got it should date around, but you should be upfront. Like, you shouldn't be lying and cheating, but if you don't want to be with one woman, you shouldn't. You should be able to knock them all down if you can afford it and if you got enough game like that. But the problem is when you start having kids with all of these people and y'all not together, at least make it a poly or something, but you just got kids scattered everywhere and you're not able to spend as much time with them. Now it's a little bit better because Future is rich, so at least his kids not struggling, or they don't have to worry about robbing and stealing when they get older, but they still gonna miss that connection. But in the black community, the problem is that there's a bunch of broke futures out there. That's what really in NBA YoungBoy. There's a lot of broke dudes out there with 5, 6 kids. My family member, one of them. I ain't gonna say who it is, but you know who you is. Who got 5, 6 baby mamas and no money. Like that's what goes on, and that's what creates a extra problem because now all of these kids don't have that support. They're gonna have to rob or sell, or the girl's gonna have to sell ass or whatever because there's no money because they dad didn't have no money, and we already know about that. So he's right, and that's why I always say is that we support these people, and I hear people all the time, oh, Sexy Red is authentic, and we love them because they are authentic and they keep it real. The same for Boosie. And then that's messed up because, again, we're saying that we support ignorance and that black people is ignorant. Like, why would you say they real and they keeping it real when the girls talking about having STDs, not having different baby daddies? Like, y'all supporting that basically going back to the stereotype. So that's what kills me is that when somebody points out the stereotype, black people is mad, but then at the same time y'all support it. Just like I was saying, it's hypocritical and it doesn't make sense. Just like I was saying earlier about the hood, you get made fun of you not from the hood, but the hood is the poorest, brokest place that there is. So it which one is it? Then you get mad when black people is called broke and called ignorant and all of this stuff. How you gonna get mad when you just was champion being from this broke place? And that's the same thing that happens with these celebrities. And people like to say, I got into it with somebody. People like to say, well, it's just music, it's just music. Yes, it is to some of it. Like I said, I listen to Future, and it's a lot of music to some, but to some people, it's not because I got into it with somebody and I prove my point by saying when people go out and commit these murders, because like even though we might be listening to drill music and not doing it, but there is a certain group of people they live what they are listening to. So when you think all of these gangs going to do shooting and all these shootings in Chicago or wherever, what do you think that they listening to? You think they listening to gospel music or country music when they going to shoot up something? No, they listening to the music that get them in the mood, drinking, smoking, popping pills, listening to drill music, turn up music before they go shoot at their ops. So the music is affecting a certain group of people, regardless, because what music do you think they listening to? So that's how I shut down the argument with him. Yeah, the same thing for that they try to say to a certain degree about movies and video games, but it's more extreme when it comes to music. And I always say that because people always say, "Well, why video games and movies?" Blah blah. First off, they did try to ban. They tried to ban Grand Theft Auto when it first came out. Certain games they did try to ban, and certain movies and stuff. That's why they got rated R and all of that type of stuff. They still try to regulate that, but it's still a difference between for people know that these movies and games is fake. The problem with music is that these rappers tell you that this is their real life, and people take and idolize these people like they really about that. They really this person because they say it. So that's why you can't compare it to movies and video games because these rappers say that this is their real life. This is not fake until they get arrested. You know, when they get arrested, then all of a sudden, no, this was fiction. I was just talking. But if you interview them, no, this really me. I'm really out here like that. So that's why I said it's just dumb. Like, I hope y'all seeing the theme of all of this. It's just dumb and stupid for real. Which is getting me to the alpha male strategy point. I'm sorry, black women, y'all do get a lot of flack. Y'all do get a lot of hate. Y'all do get bashed at a lot. I'm not gonna lie, y'all really do. But some of it is deserved. Where it's deserved that, it's deserved that. And I do believe that, okay, because some people in the comments was agreeing that some people were saying it's men fault because men we supposed to be the leaders. And I do agree with that it is in part men fault. But it ultimately comes down to women and it's black women fault because of this. Because the woman has the choice to choose who she open up her legs and let her get pregnant and create life. Until the end of time, there's going to be bad men and good men. It's like that of every race, everywhere. The difference is that in other races, yes, like yes, there is Chad and Chad and the gangster Asian and that still get women and stuff like that. It does happen in every race, but when we always talk about minorities and majorities. It's major in the black race, the majority of the bad men get the women. In other races, the minority of the bad men get the women. That's the difference. Is that Asians, especially like they're not going after some dumb dude that like, and this is another point that I said before, is that isn't it funny that two coincidences that this who is considered the smartest race on the planet? If you ask the average person, they probably gonna say Asians. And then if you ask them who is considered the dumbest group on the planet, who is they gonna say? Probably black people. Now, and then also on the flip side, Asians also, like I said earlier, have the least amount of single parent households. Black people have the most amount of single parent households. Now you flip, now let's turn it over again. Asians have the most money on average in America. Black people have the least amount of money. Y'all don't think that that's a coincidence? Like y'all think that that's just a coincidence? No, it's not, because Asians value education and being smart. Black people, we don't. For whatever reason, we know about these stereotypes. I'm not the first person to say that. When I'm about to say, we have heard a million times. The dude out of jail get more props and more love than the dude who graduated college. The dude in college is called a nerd. Being smart in the black community, you a nerd and you lame. In the Asian community, it's the opposite. And that gets down to the black women. Is that black women view the smart dude, the educated dude, that's lame. They think that the dude who dropped out of high school, whatever, that he is high value in the black community. But why is that? So like I said, I'm gonna give reasons and solutions. So the reason for that, getting back to the imagery, that's why they always say, like, I love hip hop. I'm a hip hop head since the beginning, but I'm not going to lie. That influences so much of the black community. Like I said, it influenced majority of us versus the minority of us. And we really just look up to these people. Like you look at how black women really look up to Glorilla and Sexy Red. Like you and look at what they're promoting. So it's like a trickle down effect overall. So they're promoting, oh, get a hood nigga, get a dreadhead, get this, get that, get that. The black women take that in. Oh, that's the dude we need. Then just like them, just like how Sexy Red is, Glorilla can't keep a man. Sexy Red got multiple baby daddies. They end up just like them, but without the money. So now, and for whatever reason, don't click in black women head, is that it's not in the hood dude manual to be a husband and a father. Like why do I don't understand why they just don't get that. Nowhere in the hood dude, like when you think of a hood dude, if you, like I said, if you poll the average person, what makes somebody a hood dude or a street dude? Because everybody says, oh, there's a difference between a hood dude and a street dude, whatever. It's all under the same umbrella and the same mentality. They gonna say, oh, uh, it's either one, because we got the ones that, okay, they in the gang. So if we already take the ones that's in the gang, we already know their mentality is, oh, go against another gang, shoot, rob this person. We know what happens in gang, all illegal activity. So you getting with somebody like that, how, like, and you know that they're, like they always say, the path is always death or in jail. You are, and then you open up your legs to having a kid with them. It's like, why are you shocked that he's not around? And then most hood dudes mentality is not to be faithful, it's to get bitches. Like that's what it all comes. That's what all the rappers talk about. And like I said, imagery is to get a bunch of women. It's not promoted to be a husband and to be with one woman and take care of your kids. It's to run through them. So black women don't understand that. Is that it's not in their DNA to be a husband and a father. So why would you create life with them and then become a single mother? And then this is the sum up of the single mother. We know all the problems, but it's this simple. you cannot, this is the problem with raising a kid on your own, because you can't work and take care of the kid at the same time. So most of the time y'all working to try to provide for the kid, working long hours, but then who is raising your kids? The streets is raising your kid, like I said, especially if you have your kid born in the hood. Like, if you having your kid born in the hood, you already send your kid up for failure because you putting them in an environment to where a lot of negative and bad stuff is going to be going on. That's why I said it's just a lot of stuff is just like not thinking, like not overall not thinking. And I want to tackle the main point of black women, why they like hood dudes, and they always say they attracted to them, they turn them on, they fun when they young. Like we always say, women have to understand when you get older, like like they say, when they get older, when black women, when you get older, like they say in their 30s and y'all ran through, now all of a sudden that doesn't matter. That's dumb swag. I don't care about looks and all of that. But y'all didn't do that when y'all was younger. And that's the whole key of fixing the black community, is that we need to get the younger women, like we need to get y'all to think how y'all thinking in y'all 30s and y'all 20s. And I don't know if that's possible, but that's really the only way to fix the community, because what happens is that I heard so many black women say, "Oh, I can push off getting married. I can have my fun now." But in the midst of this, you having kids. That's what makes me so mad about with black women, is that y'all say marriage not important, but y'all still getting ran through and having kids though. And like having kids is more important than even being married, because you could be married to somebody, get divorced, and you never see them again. A kid binds you to this person forever. I don't understand why y'all don't get that. Is that person's still gonna be there. Your child's still gonna look like him or have his traits. And then y'all always expect for another man to just come in and to take that on, that got his stuff together. Like, it doesn't make sense for him to do that, even though some men do. But like I said before, women look at that like, oh, plenty of women have kids and get married again, which is true. But like I always said about the stat, if majority of black women don't get married regardless, then what do you think the percentage is as the one with kids? Because if the ones without kids is barely getting married, because black women barely overall is getting married, period, then how many do you think with kids is getting married? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's still a low percentage. Like, it's still a lot of women without kids, like with kids that doesn't have a man and have multiple baby daddies. That's what we forgetting too. Because not only like y'all make the mistake once, like I've seen some smart women, like my mom is one of them. But my dad made a mistake, had one kid. The next dude, she said, "This gonna be my husband, or I'm not having no more kids." And she was married to him with them for 17 years, and then she only had one other kid, my brother. So like that type of stuff, like, because like people like to say, oh, people make mistakes and things happen when you young. Yeah, but y'all don't fix y'all mistake when you have two, three, four baby daddies. Y'all making the same mistake again, because it should be a point after that. If you already know you're struggling, should no dude be going up in you raw if he not strapping up, or at least if he don't have no money? Because I always say, I'm somebody that's not against women being gold digger to a certain degree, because yes, this dude could be a cheater, this dude could be whatever, regardless. But one thing you should know for sure is that your kid gonna be taken care of, regardless if he there or not. Y'all have kids with dudes that's not there and don't have no money, so it's like the double-edged sword. Like when it comes to your kids, like your kid gonna be lacking. Like I said, at least the women who have kids with NBA YoungBoy and Future, at least they not struggling on the street, living in the hood, like going through all of that. At least they being taken care of, even though they might be lacking that support there. And then them type of situations, a man is more likely to stay in because he don't have to come in, because he don't have to take over the financial burden. But yeah, it's like women have to get that, like, and realize that at a younger age, because other groups of women do. That's what they said. Like, it's not a, I don't know what turns black women on so much about that, because to me, like, as a smart person, like, I'm just saying, if I was a woman, I wouldn't be getting turned on by somebody who's dumb, who can't keep a job, who I have to worry about if he gonna get killed or locked up today. You get what I'm saying? Like, how does that turn you on, knowing that your kid, knowing that he out here cheating with other women, knowing that he can bring you an STD? Like, I don't understand how y'all find that attractive. But outside of the physical, okay, he might look good and be physically attracted to you, but that's why I said y'all, like, black women let emotions override logic, because other groups of women probably feel the same way as y'all do. They want to talk to the good looking dude, but they are able to be smart enough, or maybe because, like they said, they have fathers in the home to teach them, and we don't. But it's coming down to a full cycle, because a lot of people is getting set up for failure, but people out like me, thanks to the internet, people can't use the excuse no more. Because just like I'm making this video, there's plenty of videos out there telling black women the consequences, and then y'all should be able to see it from other people. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all didn't see this from y'all mama. A lot of y'all mama like hood dudes. That's why she was a single mom and then couldn't keep a man. Now you following in your mom's footsteps. It's like people don't look at, like they say, the smart person learns from other people's mistakes. Y'all should be able to look at, okay, this is what's happening to all of these girls who like these certain type of men, and look at where it's leaving them. It's like y'all not able to do that. And then you have to make the choice of what's more important. Because like I said, if you want to be one of the people and you like, oh, I'm not selling, I like what I like, just don't let them get you pregnant. Just like make them strap up every time. Like it just so much stuff you can do. And the problem is that the only people that's hurting is the black community. And we the ones, because it's like a cycle with these kids, because black women, y'all end up raising the same men that y'all hate. I know y'all done heard that saying before, but it's true. Like y'all literally end up repeating the cycle all over again and over again. And then as a woman, I'm sorry, is that y'all already say looks is not the most important thing to y'all, which I disagree. Because from me experiencing, and this is also the problem, that black women care more about looks than any other race of women. That's the one of the biggest problem. That's why the ugly or the lame black dude can go get him a white girl or an Asian girl, because they care more about the intangibles, like the stuff that matters. Okay, he's smart. Okay, he has a good job. Okay, he's going to be a good father. Versus, okay, he, look good. He got dreads, or he tall, or whatever. Like I always say, like, black women, it's not even a question. Y'all the most superficial women that there are. So when you're dealing with superficial stuff, you deal with superficial results. Because, like I always say, if a dude looks good, he probably look good to other women. If a dude has multiple kids and multiple baby mamas, why wouldn't you think he would make you the next one? It's like, I just don't understand why black women don't think that way. Like, you already got 2 kids and 2 baby mamas. Like, instead of thinking that you all that and that you're gonna be different, pay attention to his track record. Like, they're just crazy. And like I said, I'm gonna end this. The video been kind of long. The solution is this. Unfortunately, black people like me, the smart black people, we realized that we have to separate ourselves, because we can't force y'all to do nothing, and we can't change the mind of these ignorant black people. We try to tell y'all right, y'all call us Uncle Toms and Coons, and what's crazy is that nobody can criticize the black community, so nobody can help. If you can't be criticized, you can't be helped. That's in sports, that's in anything in life. When it comes to your job, like, if somebody can't tell you what you're doing wrong, you never gonna get it right. And that's only the black community. Because if another race do it, they racist. If a black person do it, he a sellout and he a Uncle Tom. So it's like it can't be fixed. Like, and then but people profiting off of this, and that's what y'all don't understand, is that the dumb dude in the hood loves this because he know that he can't do nothing with his life. So he loves the fact that he's viewed as a king because of the black community loving ignorance. Like, it just crazy. And this is another thing. Black women, y'all don't ever think the hood dude haven't invented anything or done anything. The phone that you love, didn't a hood dude didn't invent that. A hood dude didn't invent the house. A hood dude didn't invent the car. A hood dude, when he get locked up, he's calling the nerd, the lame, to come save him. And that's what kills me in the black community, is that these dudes, like, it's just like people just stupid for real. Because y'all talk down on a smart person, and then y'all have to call him for help. Just like in school, y'all have to ask the nerd to help y'all because y'all too dumb because y'all dumb and don't know the answer. So y'all want the nerd and the lame to help y'all in school. Then when we get out of school, the nerd and the lame gotta help you get out of jail and save your life. And for whatever reason, black women like to say they like money and they like bosses. Y'all don't like no boss, because the real boss is the dude that's helping your dude when he get jammed up. The dude you call lame is the same dude that has to save your dude life. You should be attracted to him. Wouldn't that make sense? But that's the black community. And I'm out. Oh. Like I said, the solution, like I said, it's not gonna change. This gonna like people gonna fight it, whatever. Separate yourself. It's always like Chris Rock said in his famous um comedy special. There's black people and there's niggas. It's just gonna be like that. Like it's a lot of people is too far gone, and the problem is that people don't see nothing wrong because it's one thing when you see that you have a problem, but people we champion the ignorance, we champion gangs, violence, going to jail, we champion all the ignorant stuff. So how's we gonna champion? How's we gonna change something that we view as good? And when we know it's not good, because we're gonna keep getting the same results. Like it's never gonna be a time to where being hood and being in the gang and being ignorant and dumb is gonna have you winning in life. That's never gonna happen. So that's why the black community always gonna be at the bottom. The smart ones gonna realize this and separate themselves and live a good life. The other ones gonna fall by the wayside.